Hi guys, it's Candy and welcome back to Candyland. Today's video, I'm actually going to be sharing 2 recipes with you. Super quick and easy recipes to make your family a home cooked meal. And the first recipe that I'm getting started on right now is chicken bacon ranch pasta. And behind me here, I already have my water boiling and I already have a dozen slices of bacon that I've cooked in the oven. I find cooking bacon in the oven is much less messy than frying it in a fry pan or an electric skillet. So whenever I can do that ahead of time for a recipe, it just, like I said, is a lot less mess. Now I doubled this recipe and I got this recipe right off of the Pillsbury website, so I will link it down below so you can see what I followed. So the ingredients that you need, of course, is bacon, pre-cooked. I'm going to use this penne pasta. I have, like I said, 2 boxes because I'm doubling the recipe, and I'm actually going to dump those in the water right now because my water is boiling. Alright, I'm going to just cook that pasta as directed on the box, so it needs to boil for 10 to 12 minutes. So I set my timer, and then I'm going to go over the other ingredients that you need for the recipe. You need some shredded chicken, and I'm going to use this Roots shredded chicken. If you guys have never tried this, it's really good for like chicken noodle soup or any recipes that call for shredded chicken. My family just really likes the taste of this. It's got a little bit more of a kick to it rather than just using like straight chicken breast, or you could buy one of those like pre-cooked chickens from the grocery store and shred that up as well. But I thought this time I would do my Roots shredded chicken. And then you need some Alfredo sauce, any brand that you want, some shredded mozzarella cheese, some ranch dressing, and then a pan to cook it in the oven, and some cooking spray. And that's it. You're basically going to just cook your pasta, take all these ingredients, throw them in the pan, mix it up, and bake it in the oven for about 20 minutes. I'm actually, while my noodles are cooking right now, I'm gonna chop up my bacon because that actually gets sprinkled on top with the cheese at the end. One little cooking tip I would like to share is get yourself a pair of good cooking scissors. I've had people over at my house before and I've used these scissors to cut food and they're like, do you really use your scissors to cook with? And they didn't realize that they're actually cooking scissors that are set aside literally for just cooking. And I'm telling you, I use these when I'm cutting up chicken for recipes, or like for today, I'm gonna use it to cut up my bacon. It's just super easy and much faster than using a knife. And I don't know, we literally have like 3 pairs of cooking scissors because we use them all the time. Okay, now that my pasta is finished, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my pan with some cooking spray. Go ahead and dump my noodles in the pan, and then I'm just gonna start tossing in the ingredients. So we have all the shredded chicken, and for the ranch, you're gonna just need 1 cup or a half cup if you're making a half batch. Like I said, I'll have the recipe linked below. So I'm making a double batch, and that way there'll be leftovers. Andrew can take some to work. The kids can eat it after school on a night where Carly has dance. And then your Alfredo sauce. And then we're gonna go ahead and start mixing this up. Of course, I could have mixed this in a bowl ahead of time, but who wants to do extra dishes if you don't have to? You're gonna go ahead and take your mozzarella cheese and your bacon and sprinkle that on top. Okay, so then we're gonna put this in the oven on 350 for 15 to 20 minutes until it starts to get just a little bit bubbly and brown on the edges. And then when you're finished, if you want, you can sprinkle fresh parsley on top. So I'm gonna get this in the oven, and then I'm gonna show you how I make my Cheddar Bay biscuits, which taste just like Red Lobster. Okay, for the Cheddar Bay biscuits, basically you need Biscuit, you need milk, you need garlic powder, you need some salt, you need some shredded cheese, parsley, and some butter. And the first thing I'm gonna do is take 2 tablespoons of butter and melt it in the microwave in my mixing bowl. And this recipe I actually have on our family website, Our Family Nest. I will link that down below as well. So for the Bisquick, you need 2.5 cups. And I have a box here that's almost empty, so I'm going to go ahead and use this up first. Okay. Add the Bisquick to the bowl. You need 1 cup of shredded cheese, like cheddar cheese, and then 3/4 cup milk, and then you need 1/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and I'm just gonna eyeball that too. You're gonna mix this up, and this is what it looks like. And then you're actually gonna get your cookie sheet, and you're gonna make these into little balls and put them on your tray. You don't have to grease your cookie sheet or anything, and your balls should be about this size, about 1/4 cup, about the size you would want of your biscuits. And when you make your dough, if it seems like it's not packing together well enough, you can just add a little teeny tiny bit more milk. Okay, and then you want to make a little butter mixture that you're gonna pour on top of all your biscuits. So I'm just gonna use my little measuring cup here, and I'm gonna put this butter in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and melt this in the microwave. All right, now that I have my butter melted, I'm gonna put just a teeny bit of garlic powder in here, and a little bit of salt, and some parsley flakes. And this, we're mixing up to make our own little butter sauce that we're actually gonna put over top of the biscuits. All right, here's how they look. Definitely not the cleanest presentation. For these biscuits, they need to bake at 400 for about 15 minutes. So everything is finished. It looks delicious. I can't wait to call the kids down and have them try the casserole and see what they think of it. We've made these biscuits many times before, so I know they love those, but if you want to see how this turns out, to see if the kids and Ken liked it, you can go watch our vlog from today on Our Family Nest if you don't already watch those, and we'll get the kids' reaction to this meal since this is the first time I made this. Super easy though. I love recipes where you just have to throw things together and toss it in the oven. Being a busy mom, I don't have a lot of time to spend in the kitchen, nor would I honestly really want to. So with that being said, you'll probably find pretty easy, you know, basic ingredient type recipes here on my channel. So if you're interested, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching today. Thumbs up my video if you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below if you try out this recipe. And until next time, make it a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye.